Well, it's not a popular theory in cinema today, especially today, is to follow your taste. And I think it's very important, and that's a privilege independent filmmakers have, is to follow their own taste and their own passions, rather than the passions and the feelings of the marketplace and the industrialized cinema that is our challenge. So I feel that, and it's more difficult in America probably, where there's a even greater domination of these sort of 4 or 5 companies that dominate the production and the means of distribution of our films.
Not anymore.
Maybe there are 3 companies. There are 3 companies left.
Yeah.
So,
but also, I think what you showed very early, Jeremy, is this: like, you took the power into your own hands. You know, in the movies that you were making coming out of the 70s and 80s, even prior to establishing your sales company Hanway, you were going to Cannes and selling those movies. You were designing the marketing campaign for those movies. We've all, and many of the filmmakers have come up assuming that there were other people to take care of much of that, but it certainly wasn't your tradition rising as a producer.
No, from the very first film, I took care of. Not myself, by myself, me and a group, maybe stimulated by me, but always with a group of people, and very important to have a really good group of people around you. We try to do it ourselves. We try to take it ourselves, to be independent, to be in charge of your destiny, to be much more in control of your destiny. Easy to say, where's the money? To be in control of your destiny. But then being in control of your destiny also means finding independent money as well, which is an enormous challenge for every independent filmmaker. I think
an interesting thing or important thing to communicate, Jeremy, too, is that you always you embarked upon this as a business, not just as a project to project. That you really seeded from early on the sense that this was your career, and you built the Recorded Picture Company and then Hanway. Sort of talk a little bit as the filmmakers are struggling.
Okay, at the beginning I knew nothing. Okay, I went to Australia after being an editor with a director who I'd worked with as an editor, and we were going to make this film. I was going to edit and produce a film, and he was going to write and direct. In the end, the producing was such mayhem that I couldn't get anywhere near the editing of the film. So it was, it began, and I couldn't claim I knew anything about filmmaking, because at the beginning it's completely cloudy. I'm sure many people in the room who were about to embark or want to embark on making films, it's a little bit cloudy how to do it, and it's nothing becomes clear immediately. I mean, when you leave school, what shall I do? Or when I'm going to start something, what shall I do? How do I do it? How do I enter it? So it wasn't really, at the beginning, I didn't have that. Mm-hmm. It grew in me, my expertise at business, putting together deals, understanding the marketplace, understanding territorial, understanding soft money, understanding trying to make people attracted to my films, and then ultimately trying to choose films that people will see, because that's also, which are not, doesn't mean that because they're popular, you want to get the popularity, they don't have to be sort of base. The idea that there are still a lot of people who want to see thought-provoking films made for grown-ups, because most of the films we see are made for the youth audience, and but there are a lot of other people in the world.